You know what? That's character growth right there. Mouse head pet. Brony, we're having a moment. Shut up. You're not in this episode. No Delta lore for you. Oh, are we actually fighting? Oh, no, we are actually fighting. The jungle has nothing to do with this. We're at St. Freya. Hello, friends and gamers. We have more before the endless stream ends. We're about halfway through, and I have to finish this tonight. The last part I recorded, the raw video, was 1 hour and 20 minutes, just about. This is not gonna be that long. The problem is, oh, this is just a video. 2.5 is literally just a video. Oh my God, that's so good. So we might actually do up to 2.5 in this video. Was it the same? 1-5 was not just a video, it looks like. Okay, all right, okay. Understandable. Have a nice day. Let's do 2-3. I think we should just go right into it. We're gonna get through as much of the story as we can. And for 2-3 resolve, the tagline just says, "We're really a bunch of weirdos." I don't know what the context is, and honestly, I don't know if I do. We just have Delta. Great. This should be interesting. Interesting start to the video. We're on the beach somehow. I don't know when we got here. But Teresa says, "Things have been tough lately. I just have this feeling something terrible is going to happen to this town." But Teresa, what's the name of the town? You gotta let me know the name of the town. Is it the town we're thinking of from the last video? Is it? She says, "Because of what I've done over the past few days, no one seems to believe me." Look at what you did, Luna. Look at what you did. Rita says, "True. Plus, we can't be so sure that after the main shaft is taken, the clock shaft, any Honkai beasts nearby will go berserk." True, because if it isn't an ether anchor, that would probably mess with the Honkai levels and all that. God knows what's going on in Crescent Moon District right now. I guess like the Crescent Moon District is fine. It would be the other one that's messed up. It would be the Site of Nightmare, whatever the heck was that? The outskirts, the Dark Lord's Palace. He's fine. He'll be fine. He's dead. Delta says, "Right, if nothing happens." Siren says, "You'll see a new addition to the fairy tale section of the bookstore called The Honkai Beast is Coming." I was gonna say this whole Twilight Paladin bit sounds a little bit like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, but Siren said it for me. Teresa's not happy. Teresa's silence puts Siren at a loss for words. And she says, "I shouldn't have said anything and I'm sorry." You know what? That's character growth right there. We're 2 minutes into the video and that is character growth. She said something mean and then realized it was mean and said sorry. The old Siren would not do. The old Siren would just laugh. Teresa says, "It's a harmless joke compared to everyone doubting me in the future of this town. I don't mind." Aww. She crossed her arms in an uneasy stance. It was clear something was on her mind. Yeah, she's like, "I don't really care about your joke right now. I care more about this town going up in flames." Siren asks, "Are you afraid?" And Teresa says yes. To keep stringing people along or sit idly by. How am I supposed to choose? The expression on Siren's face became grave. She must have recalled what had happened to Riri. It's been a minute since we've actually heard a name drop of Riri in the quest. I swear. But Siren thinks to herself, so she was scared too. Oh, I'm afraid I'll lose the hope of finding her in him. Oh, she doesn't want to be alone. That I had even done something so cruel. Oh yeah, because didn't they have a fight or like a falling out or something after their 2 other friends died? This is such a heavy story. I realize now that I say this that there's so much death. But Teresa says, "Hey, I'm the one that should be worried. What's got you looking all pale? Her friend is dying, and 2 of her other friends are already dead, so..." Teresa's concerned and inquisitive look got under Siren's skin. She puffed out her cheeks defiantly. Little puffy cheeks. Head pats for Siren. Mouse head pats. She just says, "I'm a bit cold. Don't worry about me." Oh my God, I heard the weirdest noise coming from outside. Anyways, Teresa says, "What should I do?" So Siren says, "What's got you troubled?" This is the most I've heard Siren talk, like, ever. She says, "You've got a clear mind, and there's no room for hesitation." But Teresa says, "What are you talking about? I'm really stuck here." Mood. Siren says, "Don't be stupid. You don't even know what it is you're thinking about. Aren't you the one that's supposed to be looking for anything out of the ordinary in town and alerting everyone if there is anything? You fought this battle every step of the way by yourself." That's what I was saying in the last video. Like, she's doing the best she can on her own. Somebody really should be helping her take care of this town, really. But Siren says, "It's strange you'd give up at the last step." Is this supposed to be the clock tower, by the way? Anyways, Teresa says, "Maybe you're right. Deep down, I've already made up my mind." She knows what she has to do. And Siren says, "Humph, dummy." Be nice, Siren. You were being so nice for a minute. Teresa says, "Since it's my responsibility to keep this town safe, how can I just back down when I get scared?" So Siren says, "Think about it. If worse comes to worse, What are you going to do? I did not know that was the phrase. I thought it was worst. Worst comes to worst. I think it doesn't matter. No. English, yay! Colloquialisms, yay! I don't think that's a word, yay! But Siren was flustered as she noticed Teresa's expression had become grave. She says, I'm not trying to make things difficult. I just want to know. Oh, but she to herself, she says, I want to know what Tereri was thinking at that time. Also, Siren's hair is clipping with Teresa's wing things on her dress. I don't know what those are. Teresa says, what's the problem? As long as I'm still Teresa, my mind is made up. There's no challenge I can't overcome. At least Siren is like perked up a little bit. She says, of course. I should have known. They really are dumb. It's like a lovingly. They're idiots. Lovingly. Teresa says, I'm going to set out then. I have to let everyone know. So Siren says, wait, I'll help. With us there, you don't have to be alone. And Teresa says, really? Thank you. Your friends are right. You really are a good person. Siren says, I can't breathe, which means Teresa gave her a hug. Oh, I bet Siren needed a hug. But Teresa gave Siren a tight hug. Though her face turned red, she didn't break free. Yeah. Brony, we're having a moment. Shut up. Stop with the face. Stop it. She says, how sweet. I've got it all right here. We should give the recording a name. How about The Tales of Little Siren? She recorded it! Brony, you're not in this episode. Go away. Siren just is yelling at her. Tucked away in a corner, Brony was sticking her tongue out playfully. Why is she in a corner? You have the whole Hyperion to yourself right now. Tereri's out cold. Why are you in a corner, Brony? Anyways, she says, now that we've made up our minds, let's put together a plan. I need to head over into town. Teresa, I'll need you to give me a description. I thought she was on the Hyperion. Is she in this bubble universe with us? Anyways, where are we heading off to with Delta? Oh, it's the squad! Okay, so we have a little time jump forward here. We're not actually going to go over the plan, which means it's going to work. That's how you know it's going to work. Or it's going to work mostly, something's going to go terribly and comically wrong, and then it'll pick up from there. Anyways, Brony says, can everyone remember their missions? And Delta says, who made her our general? Delta. Brony says, you look pretty enthusiastic. Why don't you sum things up then? Nothing from Delta. She reluctantly pouted. So we say, we haven't said anything in a minute. We say, I'll go first. Rita, Delta, and I were tasked with laying traps. Oh, no, that plan's not gonna work, bestie. We're going over it. Rita, Delta, and I were tasked with laying traps where the town meets the forest to ward off Honkai beasts, which are afraid of flares. Then, we'll give the signal and try to get the herd's attention and lead them deeper into the forest. That way, they won't go berserk and break into town. Rita says, and I'll drive out the beasts that do make it into town. Just Rita and her scythe. Delta says, right. The main goal is to reinstall the mechanism you've prepared. So she has the face again. So Brony was able to make a copy. She says, Delta, you underestimate the mission. I'll check on you myself in a bit. What did she do wrong? Teresa says, it's my turn. I'll go door to door, letting everyone know to stock up on water and food and get their weapons ready for any Honkai beasts. And then I'll join back with everyone. I don't know if it's good for her to do it though. Like, is there no way we can make like a fake bell from the clock tower? Or I don't know, because the government probably doesn't like us right now because we did break into their facility. I don't know. But Brony says it seems Teresa's made up her mind. So now, what now? Oh, Rita says, Siren, are you okay? Siren's afraid. She's never done anything like this. Oh, no, she says I'm good. I'll use all of my protective magic once I get the signal. Okay, yeah, no, she's afraid to use magic because she's, like, not good at it at the moment. She worriedly tightened her grip around the edge of her clothing. So we say it's too much, and there are other options. But Siren says, it's all right. It's my job. I can handle it. She's probably just kind of, like, nervy about it because, like, even though this is what she studied, she's never really done something like this before, sort of thing, you know? So she's just kind of like, I don't know what we're doing. Brony says, and after you finish your part, remember to stand at the points in front of the forest entrance. So is that where we were at before, on the beach? So we're going with Delta. This part isn't finished yet, is what we say. And Delta says, let's get to it then. All right, so yeesh. All right, so this one's closest. Place a trap, and maybe it's better for herself to operate. I can't place another trap here, by the way. Now I can. So then we go this way. Place trap. There was text I missed because I was trying to place a trap and I didn't know we were even talking. Trap placed. One more check and we're all good from Delta. So we say, I'm heading to the next area and leaving it to you here. So it's all Delta. Not for now though. We say the traps are set. Next is... But Delta says, hey, you learn faster than I expected. You've gotten everything down pat. Who's she talking to? Me, Captain? Because that doesn't make sense. Also, I was on Twitter. I didn't mention this in the last video I recorded for Honkai, but I was on Twitter and I saw spoilers for this event. I thought we were the captain. I thought it was a self-insert. I don't think it is. I think this is a different captain, a slightly different captain from us, the self-insert captain. It's weird. It's really weird, and I don't know what to do about it. I'm gonna leave it there because the spoilers I saw were for the event going forward from the Chinese server, I believe. So yeah, but following the voice, I could see that Delta had already finished her tasks and was sitting in the tree next to me, watching me closely. Why are we sitting in trees? We say, when did you get here? And Delta says, a little while ago. So we say that's something else. I didn't hear you at all. Delta says, you're totally unprepared for me. I'm your enemy. Is Delta gonna turn on us? I hope she doesn't. Anyways, Delta landed on the ground lightly. So we say, I got it, but for the time being, we're working together. So I've got nothing to worry about. At least not worry about Delta. Maybe other things, but not Delta. I'm not afraid of Delta. Is Delta an enigma? Yes, but I'm not afraid of her. She says, you're a weird one. So are you, Delta, but we love you. Head pats for Delta. Delta head pats. Anyways, we say makes sense. When faced with something someone doesn't understand, they'll often describe it as being weird. We're right about that. I accidentally clicked my mouse. Anyways, speak now if you have any doubts. There's still some time before everything begins. Delta says, what you want to do seems difficult or even impossible, and most of the time, bad for you. Thanks, Delta. I know I make bad decisions. What do you want from me? But, she says, you do it wishfully, and truly believe you can make it happen. What is it? Delulu is the Solulu, if you will. We ask, is that a compliment? Is it a compliment? Delta says, I truly don't understand, and then turned away awkwardly. Okay, Delta. We say maybe you think we're weird, or to put it more poetically, romantics. That's not more poetic, that's just wrong. But what about you? It isn't a good idea for you to stick with us through this, right? I mean, I don't see what the problem is. Delta says, I think differently than you, probably because I was originally a warrior. Delta seemed caught in a distant memory. We never got Delta lore, and I don't know enough about Delta to piece together the lore myself. So like, we never got the Delta lore. Are we going to? I don't think so. But we say it's clear, you are certainly an excellent fighter. Delta says, oh, are you trying to kill me with kindness? Forget it. I'm not interested in giving in to my enemy. Delta, just say we're friends now, please. It's getting old. We say I mean it. You know how to fight and make clear judgments in uncertain situations. It's clear to everyone. So Delta says that's what you consider excellence. And frankly, excellent fighters don't just fight hard. They have to know when to throw in the towel. And that's, oh, she's like torn because she's like, I should have thrown in the towel. This is like, we're done for, it's over. But she's like, has this hope. And I feel like that's what's foreign to her. She's never had some sort of like little bit of hope before, or just like enough reckless abandonment to just keep going with it. She says, I thought I had gotten used to giving up, but every time I had to, I just couldn't. Perhaps I'm not a good fighter at all. I think you're a good fighter. This battlesuit's fun. We say, do you feel guilty about it? Or even sorry? Delta says, I don't do those sorts of feelings. Again, you know, I've brought it up and said, I'm not immediately going to say it, but this time I am immediately going to say it. Delta, therapy room now. You have to go to the therapy room. I don't make the rules. It's okay to have feelings, Delta. We say, don't be so hard on yourself. Go to the therapy room. It's fine. It's okay. The therapy room is not scary. You will cry, but it's not scary. Anyways, your past experiences have made you who you are today. This is who you are. You don't need to compare yourself to others. Just be yourself. And that is today's life lesson with Honkai Impact 3rd. 18 minutes into me recording this video. I hope there's not another one, because if there is, someone will probably die, because that's too many life lessons in the one video for it not to get that dramatic. Delta says, wouldn't that be selfish? No, not at all. It's good for you. Don't compare yourself to others. That's bad. It's rich coming from me, because I'm so bad with that. But like, it is bad. That's the thing. It is bad. Just because I do it. We all do it, but it's bad. We say, you asked me just now why we always try to do the impossible. Maybe it's because I've really done what you claim to be impossible. What have we done? Like, 'cause I don't know what's canon into this captain, this version of the captain, you know? It might sound strange, but at the time, even after having failed, I never wondered if it was possible or what others would choose to do. The only thing I could think of was, I can't stop here. What is that supposed to be a flashback to? It could just be Honkai in general, because we just kept going. We say it's easy to change your mind, but hard to stay true to yourself. I prefer to be an idealist and work toward an ending where everyone wins. This is heavy. This is really heavy. There I go, we say, rambling on to myself. This whole video is just me rambling the whole time. I'm rambling for an hour about Honkai Impact 3rd. Anyways, it's all right, Delta says. So we say, don't worry. Even if the way we think might be different, you don't have to be so strict with yourself. Delta says I won't be. Having a heart-to-heart while we're like sitting in a tree. Besides, we say, we're fighting side by side for now. We can talk about being enemies later. You won't need to worry about us having any reservations toward you. So Delta says, I told you I won't. Who said you could act all mature? That's right. Look at this trap. It's just out in the open. So we say, you're right. Delta says, go and fix it before Brony sees. Look at Delta. We say right away. Is she gonna get shy? Oh, that's so bright. See, now, the last video I recorded, the sun hadn't gone down when I started recording it. By the end, it did. But now the sun is down. It's dark in my room. That scene before was just dark, and now it's bright, and I need to keep going because my eyes are closed. IRL. They are. Delta says, just as persistent as someone I know. Why did I come up with such a ridiculous idea? You two are clearly exact opposites. Delta lore? Delta lore? No Delta lore. All right, so now we have 2-4, take action. The magical star swayed back and forth, becoming illuminated and then extinguished. So it looks like we're gonna be with Siren this time. But playable-wise, we have Delta and I hit my microphone. It's Gucci, it's fine. But a while later, no Delta lore for you. Rita, or hologram Rita, says, did Teresa not contact you? We say correct. And she hasn't responded to us either. So I guess that we have hologram Rita because that's why she's not playable. Brony says, I can see her location here. She's been in town the whole time. Rita says, before I join up, I'll check around town. The longer we take, the less favorable the situation will become. And Rita hung up the call. All right, so we gotta go find Miss Twilight Paladin. We say, I hope Teresa's doing all right. And Siren says, you don't have to worry. She'll definitely get it done. Isn't Siren like high up somewhere? Could she not maybe see? I mean, I guess, how high up is she? Maybe she's not high up either. I don't know where she is exactly because she's not with us, obviously. She's hologram. Delta says, oh, you trust her that much? And Siren says, mind your own business. Siren trusts her because she looks like Teriri, because bubble universe, semantics and all that. Is that the word? I don't know. Siren says she's so stubborn. Imagine when she nags to get someone to do something. Who would be able to withstand that? But you're basing that off your Teresa. Delta says, oh. And Siren says, enough. I'm going to practice a bit more. Don't disturb me. And Teresa says, another one dropped. What does that mean? Under the night sky, Teresa carried an armful of mechanical parts as she carefully walked toward us. What was she doing? This is why we went over the plan, because now it's comically changing. Delta says, what are these? Oh, Teresa says the residents gave them to me. Although they still don't believe in Honkai beasts, they were willing to trust me. Be careful. I heard that some of those are fragile. Take a look. Can we use any of them? Is it to remake the clock tower shaft? Brony says, let me see. I just imagine her like looking at it like a phone. Like we're on FaceTime. But my worries were partially relieved after I saw Teresa immerse herself in her task to lay down traps. Was she supposed to lay down traps? Delta says, I'll send a message to Rita now. Not bad. She really did it. I guess, yeah, she convinced them and they gave her stuff. Everyone loves the Twilight Paladin. We say, although it must have taken a lot of effort for her to persuade everyone, perhaps the residents don't believe in Teresa's memories, but they definitely trust her determination to protect the city. All right, here we go. A few more moments later, we're counting and then say we have the right number of traps here. So we got more traps, maybe? Rita says my mission is also complete. And Teresa says, great, we're all done. Delta says, let's look for Siren at our meeting spot. I wonder how her protective magic practice is coming along. All right, so when we almost arrived at the meeting place, we could see a glowing ball of light from a distance. The ball of light slowly grew in size and took on the shape of a star, but it popped and vanished like a bubble after a few seconds. I mean, even if it's just a few seconds, if you keep like repeatedly doing a few seconds of protective magic, eventually it'll stack up, right? That's how that works. You might get worn out really quickly, but adrenaline maybe? I don't know. Rita says Siren is working very hard. And we say, looks like she isn't making good progress. Which, hopefully we didn't say that out loud. Soon, another ball of light appeared. This time, we were closer to Siren, and we could see how it lit up against Siren's determined expression. She says, just hold on a bit longer, and it pops, like before. Yikes, we are done for. I mean, if we just like brute force them out, if we just fight them, What could possibly go wrong? A lot of things. Siren says, when did you guys arrive? I'll be done soon. I almost succeeded once. Oh, she's lying. Siren, sweetie. Brony says, shall we wait a bit longer? Okay, so Brony is physically here. I didn't even know that. I guess maybe she showed up after everything got weird. I don't know. But Teresa says, I haven't done my daily check-ins on high level. Oh my god. Teresa says, we've already finished laying the traps after all. So Siren says, then I'll... But we tell her not to push herself. And she still says, I'm not. I can do it. As long as you give me enough. We don't let her finish. We say, no, Siren. What I meant was, even if you can't do it, we can probably handle those Honkai beasts with our current strength. That's what I was saying. If we brute force them out, then Siren doesn't have to worry about this. She can try, but like, don't put this on yourself, sweetie. You went through a traumatic loss 3 times, actually. Siren just says, really? And Brony says, why would we lie to you? And I'm the one who decided our strategy this time. As a general, of course I know to leave room for error. That's why we went over the plan, because there was going to be that error. Maybe it will work in the end. I believe in Siren. It could work in the end. It could not. I don't know. Delta says, what a waste of resources. Delta, be nice. Siren went through a lot. Even Delta, you probably also went through a lot. I know that you went through a lot vaguely, but you've had time to get over your trauma a little bit. Not all the bit, but a little bit. Siren literally just had 2 friends die, and then one of them's out cold, and we don't know if she's gonna wake back up. So like, give Siren a minute. Brony says, don't talk as if you know everything. And Siren says, don't underestimate me. Oh, there she goes. She's got some spunk left in her. She says, I said that I can do it, so I will do it. Siren picked up a thick magic book and walked to a tree nearby. The shining magic star glowed and extinguished repeatedly. Oh, no, she can't do it. No. That's going to be the video. Her doing the magic stuff is going to be the video, bet. Brony says the drone has detected that Honkai beasts will enter a dangerously close distance in the next 10 seconds. Everyone, get ready. Brony's fingers danced on the hollow projection of a keyboard. She says, all right, everyone, prepare yourselves. Here comes the signal flare. Oh, that is a signal flare. Oh. She says, Hunter, it's your time to shine. Wait, how does she know not Callan? Wait a minute. That was fun. Is it actually, is Callan just gonna show up? Just these Honkai beasts. Okay, I'm switching to Twilight Paladin. We need to, oh my god. I forgot that Teresa like cannot dodge. She can, yes, sure she can dodge, but it's a very short dodge. Like it's not a helpful dodge. So we're gonna camp on Delta. We're gonna camp on Delta, and if we die, then we'll switch to Twilight Paladin, I guess. But we should be okay. These opponents are kind of really weak, honestly. Like, these dudes are really weak. They're kind of like baby Honkai beasts. Why? Delta, what happened? Teresa says more Honkai beasts? What's going on? Okay, we're out of battle. Brony says things aren't going according to plan. Obviously, rule number 1 of any story, don't go over the plan or else it will not work out to like a comical degree. She says, Rosemary, how are things on your end? No signal. No signal. We say can't reach her. Brony says, what about Teresa? And we say, Teresa said that another herd of Honkai beasts has invaded the town. It's a little hard for her to fight the beasts and reassure the residents alone. But with Delta there, they should be able to hold on for a while. Okay, so that's what we were just up to. At a glance, the intricately laid traps have already been damaged and largely distorted by the Honkai beasts. Brony says what's done is done. Let's repair the traps now. As we were focusing on the repairs, a scouting hunter prompted a warning. And Brony says it's about to get lively. A small group of Honkai beasts is approaching. Their speed is... But before Brony could finish, we could hear the roars of the Honkai beasts, quite literally. We say, Brony, go look for Siren and bring her to Teresa and the others. Oh yeah, Siren's alone. Brony says, what kind of person do you take me for? You expect me to abandon you? Just do it, Brony. We don't got time. Brony raised her gun and her hunters also took their positions. Oh, by hunter, she means her little drones. Okay, lovely. I thought we were getting Callan again. I was like, do they know each other? I don't think so. We say this isn't part of the mission, right? And Brony says, of course. I'll add this to your tab. I'm not the one who requested you to help me. That was all on Tariri. It's her tab, not mine. She whistled cheerily as she prepared for battle. At that moment, a white light abruptly blocked my vision. Maybe it is Callan. Normally, I would definitely hate how bright it was. I hate how bright it was. But right now, oh, I told you the video was gonna be Siren doing her thing. We say, so this is protective magic. It came just in time. As bright as dawn. So they just used the daytime scene? She says, well, I have a limit. I can't keep this protective magic up for too long. So we say, looks like we need to help the residents with preparations to ward off the Honkai beast before it runs out. Yeah, need to figure something out. Brony says, although only 60% of the traps have been fixed, I think that's enough. Can anyone else fix the traps? Like if we have like citizens help while this protective magic field is up, could that be helpful? Is that like common knowledge? I don't know. Teresa says, don't worry, I've already informed the research center and they are evacuating residents. Siren, you did amazing this time. Look at her. Well, we can't look at her, but like, she did a great job. You did great, sweetie. I believed in you. Delta says, well done, Siren. There she is. Mouse head pets. And she says that was just some basic magic. It's okay, it's a step in the right direction. You can do magic again. Isn't that wonderful? Brownie says, no, Siren. You were really awesome. She was! Look at her! We say, is this what a true magic girl's power looks like? It's beyond my imagination. Rita says, you've worked really hard, Siren. She doesn't know what to say, the poor thing. Let's move on, she says. I would do the same thing, I would. And, oh, we got a beginning of a idle line there. So 2-5 is growing up, and we can do that in this video, and honestly probably get on to 3-1 even, which is great. We're making good progress in this video for sure, and I accidentally clicked 2-5. So it's not a video, but it is a full cutscene. Looks like we're back on the Hyperion, and it now is a few days later. The usually energetic Turiri remained unconscious on the white bed. Siren stared at Turiri's quiet face. As she was weak, Turiri's cheeks had lost much of their color. Yeah, no, this is why Siren is traumatized. She says, I used to complain about how loud you were, but I'm more used to that noisy you. When you wake up, I'll tell you everything that happened over these few days. I'm guessing that you'll giggle as you inch closer and say, never mind, I'm not going to imitate your silly words. She feels so bad, oh my god. I just want to tell you that I don't acknowledge your recklessness, but... Oh, it's Braid again. What happened? Yeah, what happened? Why is it so bright? What are we doing? Oh, hi, Natsila. Volare, hi. That's who you are. All right. This is such a pretty model, my god. Anyways, she says, looks like you don't intend to change how willful you are. That's Volare. Siren says, no. She would never say something like that. Okay, so this is like what we got in the beginning, where Siren is doubting herself, but she sees her dead friend instead. Great. Again, therapy room. It's like right next door, Siren. Volare in quotations immediately. Great. She says, how should I put it then? But an idiot like you obtained the Miracle Stone and uncovered the secret of magic girls, which has made the mature me super jelly. That's one way to say what you're trying to say. I can't take you seriously when you say super jelly, not Sela. At least Siren, you know what? I'm gonna say you don't need the therapy room, Siren, because she says, Volare would never twist another person's heart. Who are you? She acknowledges it. She acknowledges that this is like her evil inner voice. So like, it's fine. No therapy for you today, Siren. You are making progress. You get head pats. Not Volare, because that's what this is now, says, I've made a bigger discovery, and it's about the little secret in the prideful Siren's heart. Do you want to hear it? You know, this is really on brand for, not Sela. So like, she says, actually, Siren was scared that she might never solve this problem called the Miracle Stone in her whole life. She was scared that they might never come back. Volare, Teriri, and Probably. They never come back. Siren says to stop it, you know, yell at your inner demons, do it. Fight your inner demons, fight them. Not Volare says, and this is all that coward's fault. Siren, or a worthless imbecile who could do nothing wrong. Just saying that hurts. Like me having to read it for the drama. That's so mean. That is so mean. Siren says to stop it already, the poor thing. She snapped and swung a heavy blow. The other jumped back, narrowly evading it. What is she actually swinging at? Like, actually. The girl who had Volare's face only shrugged nonchalantly. She says, you're as impulsive as ever, Siren. You and your heart are equally simple. Siren says, I don't need your judgment. Good for her. Oh, are we actually fighting? Oh, no, we are actually fighting. Okay, let me just skip through the cutscene. I wasn't expecting there to be a card gameplay. I wasn't expecting that because we haven't had any card gameplay in the actual event. So I'm like, this event was set up really weird, okay? Because we're like over halfway through the story and they just like throw a card game in there. Like, what? That doesn't make sense. I'm also skipping through it because I don't want to miss anything with like the missing out on the cutscene. I guess this works. I can't do anything with this setup. I mean, yeah, have at it. If I need to redo it, I'll redo it. Big whoop. Yeah, this is fine. I didn't even read the cards we had. I just let it play. Did we do card game before? I don't think so. Siren says, why haven't you disappeared? And Volare says, why? Because I know you better than yourself. Or I guess not Volare. That's who we're going with. She says, by the law of the jungle, Why the jungle? The jungle has nothing to do with this. We're at St. Freya, technically. We are in Siren's Mind Palace at St. Freya. Or I guess the Magical Girl School. There's no jungle here. But not Volare says, you should be the one disappearing. Not really. Volare's dead. Siren says, what do you want? And we are back in the Hyperion, it looks like. Coral vanished along with the illusion. In the ward, only Teruri's slow breathing could be heard. Well, that's good at least. Siren stared at the dark red crystal in her hand. She had no proof, but still found it suspicious. I think it's the crystal giving her these weird visions, because she only ever gets them when she has it, right? Siren also clocked it. She says, is it the work of the Miracle Stone? But it's like a dangerous magical artifact. Possibly magical Honkai artifact. Like, yeah, that would give you weird visions. Anyways, Siren says, the illusion wasn't wrong. Yes, it was. You're doing fine, Siren. She shook her head to drive this pesky thought away, and we're here, we're back. Siren says, hey, how long have you been standing there? I would also be curious if I was her. Oh, we say sorry, I need to talk to you. So what's the end of the previous bit? Is that just over now? So are we going to another bubble universe after this? Siren says, don't be nervous, I just fell asleep. Let's go talk outside. At least we're not yelling in the hospital room anymore. Anyways, we say this is all we know. So I guess there was a little bit of a time jump there. The Overseer and Twilight Paladin both met a mysterious girl. But as far as I know, Teruri hasn't come into contact with her. I think no, she didn't. She did not. Luna was playing with her, but not directly. Siren said they had different troubles and encounters in 3 bubble universes. So we're unable to find a pattern. Maybe that's the pattern, that there's not one. We say we did solve Twilight Paladin's problem, but it might have just delayed the arrival of the crisis. And Siren says, wow, all that effort for nothing. It's not necessarily for nothing. I mean, we helped people, at least. Maybe not, we say. Because the ether anchor is missing, we can't do much in these 2 bubble universes. That's it. No, that's the through line. They're taking the ether anchors. That's it. So I pointed at the red crystal she was holding. Yeah. We say, this ether anchor is in our hands, since it's the original form of the Dark Lord in the future that magic girls would face after using the forbidden magic. And it just so happens that a force is restraining evil, then we can destroy it before it becomes the Dark Lord to end the cycle of tragedy once and for all. But wouldn't that destroy the bubble? I think that would. It would either destroy the bubble or it would not allow for Siren to like wake Teruri up and possibly her other friends that are already dead. But Siren says, what are you talking about? No. Yeah, no. We say, but. Siren says there's no buts. I said no, and I mean it. The godforsaken door always gets me. Siren held the gem closer, darted back to the ward, and slammed the door shut. We say sorry. Oh, but Siren says Volare is still in there. She's waiting for me to save her. Yeah, I haven't tried doing it, she says. If it's destroyed, Volare will. And the door is opened, and I guess Siren was crying this whole time. I didn't know that. But the crying stopped after a long while. The door opened a crack. We say sorry again, and Siren says, I haven't forgiven you. You don't need to. Your dead friend is in the crystal. It's fine. It's not fine. That's the problem. Siren gazed at the gem in her hand with tear stains on her face. There is an N missing, but anyways, we've all been there. Siren says, I tried. I thought enough dedication and sincerity could make a difference. But nothing happened. I can't feel any fluctuations in the Miracle Stone. That girl Teruri made me think I could do it if I was as reckless as her. So we say no, you did remarkably. Didn't your protection magic work? It didn't do what she wanted it to do though. That's the problem in her mind. We say maybe it's the first step, but I think it's a great start. And I think she's concerned about like the timing as well. Siren says this isn't enough. Only knowing protection magic can help me recover the magical power that I once harnessed isn't nearly enough to help me save Volare and Teruri. And I couldn't refute her. Yep. After all, this matter involved too many people, and I had too many uncertainties. Siren says, sorry, I'm just not as strong-willed as you. So we say don't mind it. It isn't the happy things that turned me into this. What is this? Maybe it was because of my self-ridicule. She gradually softened. Aside from Teruri, you seem to be worried about something else. What is she worried about? Does she know it's Luna, maybe? And it's like covering for Luna because it's another Teresa? I don't know. Oh, baby Siren is back. She says from that day on, oh, this is her flashback now. I realized that before the Dark Lord and the cycle of tragedy, even the powerful magic security bureau was powerless. And instead of Being of help to Brobely and Volare, magic girls like Teriri and I will only make them sacrifice themselves to protect us. So her pain doesn't only come from the indifference of the burrow, but the fact that she has dead friends. It's an anime trope if I've ever seen one. I knew the word would be powerlessness, but I didn't say it. The poor thing, her hair went white, she says, which is why I think, in the face of this colossal difficulty, rather than putting my life on the line like Teriri, it's better to carry on their legacies and live a good life so their sacrifices aren't in vain. Oh my god. She's having a Kiana moment, isn't she? Oh my god. With the white hair. Oh my god. Siren! She says, as long as I do nothing adventurous or willful, I won't lose anything again. But that's no way to live, is it? Another life lesson. People technically are getting close to death, if not already dead. It's Teriri. Teriri's gonna die. How can you have Teriri's magical quest and then let her die? Anyways, you're still affected by Teriri, yeah. Siren says you've guessed it, haven't you? Yes. I'm the one who found out about Cerberus. I forgot we had Cerberus until just now, I'm not gonna lie. We say because you too worry about her. And Siren says, of course. I go back and forth on any information I obtain, but she didn't hesitate at all to. In the end, this idiot actually got her hands in the Miracle Stone. To protect us, she became the Miracle Stone. Or I guess that would be Volare. Volare became the Miracle Stone, technically. To rescue her, Teriri found the Miracle Stone, and now the Miracle Stone is in my hand. But I can't do anything. Siren used her sleeve to wipe her watering eyes with feigned composure. She says, aren't I foolish? I thought I really grew up the day I transformed into a magical girl for the first time at the Dark Castle. Sensible enough, calm enough, and composed enough to make every move after thorough planning. We say, but growing up doesn't mean troubles and issues automatically go away. No, it means that they actually get worse a lot of the times. Depends on how much you put them off as a child, they get worse. Siren says, where can I find the answers to the problems that can't be solved by growing up? You can't find the answers, you literally have to figure them out yourself. There's like no one can help you with that. Or, actually, ask a friend. I don't know, go to therapy? Siren says, why are you staring at me like that? Oh my god, I forgot about Kongming too. There's so many characters in this, and like half of them are Teresa's. We say, I'm just thinking, this is what Princess Kongming meant by the participants cannot see the whole picture. Siren says, do you people on the ship talk in riddles? I love Siren, my daughter. We say, not really. I think you already know the answer. You just haven't realized it yet. Yeah, inner work and all that. Anyways, like the situation that Twilight Paladin was in at that time. So this is post Twilight Paladin for sure. But like, we've gotten over Twilight Paladin. Twilight Paladin is a thing of the past. It's all good there. But the answer would become meaningless if told by others. Yeah, okay, so don't ask a friend. Yeah, no, that's, you gotta figure that one out yourself, buddy. You have to discover it yourself. Yeah. Siren says, I didn't expect you to tell me. Just you wait. I'll find a solution to this all. That's the Siren I know. That is the Siren I know. We say, good, that's the spirit. And she says, are you treating me like a kid? A little bit. Just a little bit. Not at all, though. Not at all. Yep. But she says to herself, I do feel much better after getting that off my chest. This is why that buffoon. Who's the buffoon? Anyways, leaving the buffoon aside, don't know who the buffoon is. I do need to reconsider about magic girls, about the Miracle Stone, about Siren. Yay! Self-discovery! Oh, hi, Brony. You're finally here, she says. Hi, Brony. This is a long cutscene. Anyways, we say, what's wrong, Brony? Also, why are we in the hospital room? I don't know. It's unlike you to look for me urgently. Did you lose a game and need my help? Did you use a support character as your main DPS? Or is that just a Silverwolf thing? The hacker bit her lip and threw me a look. I immediately realized the gravity of the matter. Now we get our third Bubble Universe intro. I wonder if that third Bubble Universe, though, is just going to be us going back to the original one and fighting Luna. Maybe not, though, because technically the fight with Luna is in next update. It's in 6.9. So, Brony says, we just made a new discovery. She bared the shoulder of the girl lying in the hospital bed and gestured for me to come closer. Oh no. Wait a minute. Honkai stuff. It's gonna be the Honkai stuff. We say sorry about this. Oh, there's the through line! 2 bite marks on Teriri's shoulders. It's a certain someone. I'm not gonna say it yet because I want the story to actually say it. I don't want to spoil anything, but like, it's really obvious now. We say this is... And Brony says, yes. The same as the bite marks we found on the Overseer in Twilight Paladin. After taking the situation into account, we can basically confirm that... Enough, Brony, we say. Yeah, no, Brony. Siren's in the room. Don't keep going. At least not with Siren here. Brony says you lectured Siren on life, but turns out you're the one who can't accept reality. This joke is not funny. You can't avoid it. When that time comes, you'll have to make a choice. You sound like Kafka, which is weird, considering all things considered. It's weird that you sound like Kafka, Brony. We say, I just need to think. But yeah, think from beginning to end. What is there to think about? She's a vampire. What is there to think about? Okay, so I'm assuming then 3.1, it's called Idol. And I'm assuming that's because we're gonna get Idol Teresa, not the BTS song. But I'm pretty sure that we go to Idol Teresa. They're literally 13 out of 20. I've gotten nowhere in like 2 hours, it feels like. Oh my god, we still have so much more to go through. It's fine, it's fine. I have to get all of part 3 done in the next like hour. It's great, I'm doing great. It's not like I'm behind on editing or anything, nope. We're not gonna do part 3 today. Oh my, I'm like highly considering doing part 3 tomorrow. No, I have to get it done tonight. I literally have to get it done tonight. Okay, I'm gonna go in the shop really quickly. I'll take those crystals. Don't mind if I do. There's so much I have to still do to get the rest of the stuff, but I don't want to do it. Like, I don't think I'm gonna do the Song and Luster. I might do the Mirage challenge for Song and Luster, but this would require a lot of me just doing the card game, like, in class tomorrow. Which would be so ridiculous, just sitting in class doing the stupid card game. It's not stupid. Trials of Illusion is not stupid. I love it so much. But, like, could you imagine? Just, like, you're sitting in class and the person in front of you is playing a Honkai Impact 3rd auto battle card game. Okay, that's it for the she and her story today. That was a lot. That was really a lot. My throat hurts so much, but I know I can't keep going tonight. I know I can't. I know I can't, but I have to. Because I want to finish it. That's the problem. Problem is I want to finish it. I'm invested. Even if I've heard about the story in the upcoming patch from the China server, I don't care. I'm invested now. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more, and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. As always, I hope everyone hatter is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys!